Boom shakalaka, why the recession is already priced in, plus a realistic Bitcoin halving price prediction. You definitely want to stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're taking a look at why the recession is already priced in, a bunch of other very interesting charts for Bitcoin, including a very interesting halving price prediction. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, come join us on Twitter at @CryptoLove. Push that like button. And today at Extreme Fear 23, same as we were yesterday, I like to call this the Michael Jordan level. Now, if you got that one, today's market's sideways. Bitcoin at 16,585, Ethereum at 1201, BNB at 271, XRP 37 cents, Cardano 32 cents, Dogecoin 8 cents, and Polygon 85 cents. And Bitcoin pretty much sitting ranged right now. It's been going sideways for the past week since about November 9th. Just basically sitting around the $16,000 price level. If we take a look at the overall markets, everybody right now calling for a recession if it hasn't happened yet. If we take a look at the U.S. percent of yield curve inversions, the Treasury curve is now more than 70% inverted. You can see right here, 76%. In the last 50 years of history, every time we've surpassed the threshold of recession, followed. We had the COVID recession, the housing bust, the tech bust, the S&L crisis, the double dip recession, the inflationary bust. Every time we had a recession. However, right now, we have fund managers cashing out at record levels. It has not been this level, this elevated, since 2001, the tech bubble collapse. But yet, Raoul Pal is saying the NDX is currently pricing ISM at 38, a quite deep recession. I know everyone thinks that equities need to have another big leg down due to earnings, but I think it's probably already in the price. That's right, the recession could already be figured in the price, not just for equities, but also for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, this is an interesting question down here. This guy says, Raoul, my question is, has enough capital been destroyed yet? Normally, we need to see real capital destruction before a return to normal type of investing. Thoughts? And Raoul replies, if you add in bonds, it's now the largest capital destruction as a percentage to GDP in the last 50 plus years. On a global scale, bigger than 2008. Potentially, it's already over. And yet, if you take a look at Bitcoin polls, which clearly are always correct, right now, everybody sees scenario 3 happening a lot more likely than scenario 2 or scenario 1, which everybody sees Bitcoin price collapsing a lot further before any sort of recovery. Now, if history is any indication of what to expect, everybody's always been massively wrong predicting what's going to go on with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So, since we have 2/3 of people thinking that the price is going down, well, might it not? I don't know. I'll leave that one to you. Right now, we do have indications suggesting where the bottom might be, or at least close to the bottom. The MVRV Z-score has always proven to be very accurate in the past and could answer the question, where's the bottom? Whenever the Z-score fell out of the green channel, the bottom was in for Bitcoin. We can see down here, bottom was in those areas. We are very, very close according to that. As a matter of fact, if we take a look at the Bitcoin 1 year running ROI, pretty abysmal. Like if you got into Bitcoin last November, you're probably kicking yourself, because it's just been a terrible, terrible year for Bitcoin returns. And we can see that historically, when we were in levels around where we are right now, those were bottoms for Bitcoin. Eventually, it did turn around. Comparing Bitcoin with the U.S. 20-year government bond yield, turns out they're very correlated. Bitcoin here is on bottom, the bond yield is on top. When the bond yield breaks below this support line, well, historically, that triggers a massive run for Bitcoin. We have the same type of thing where right now we are up at support. If the bond yield breaks below that support line, we could have a massive rally for Bitcoin. As a matter of fact, another bullish indicator, Bitcoin is forming this massive multi-year cup and handle. Now, this is on a monthly time frame. So this goes all the way back to 2018. But we can see giant cup, little handle, retesting those levels of previously, and then potentially headed back up. Could you imagine buying Bitcoin at those levels? Yes, it would be awesome. And even though everybody's betting on the market going down, and again, I can just reference this little poll right here. Everybody's betting on the market going down. Considering how far we've already dropped below the realized price, the current range is pretty well in line. We can see the realized price is this dotted line right here. We were below the realized price. We're actually in the area underneath of that. Now, in 2015, there was a very, very sharp wick where it dropped below the realized price momentarily. But we already had a pretty decent drop and actually a bounce off of that area underneath the realized price. $10,000 seems improbable according to the rational root. Which brings us to this chart, because we are getting towards that time of year. And no, I'm not talking about Thanksgiving or Christmas. I am talking about the halving. It is nigh upon us. Now, granted, it's early 2024, but it's getting close, a year and a half away or less. And historically, leading up to the halving, we have pretty large gains. And then after the halving, we have pretty massive gains for Bitcoin. Could we have the same thing happening? As a matter of fact, if we take a look at this chart right here, in past cycles, Bitcoin price was approximately negative 55% decrease from previous all-time high when halving occurred, based on the same assumption. And we can see this, negative 55% from previous all-time high, negative 55% from all-time high, negative 55% from all-time high. Based on calculations by the halving, which early 2024, this would predict at $32,000 Bitcoin. You would already double your money just by buying it now and holding until then. Now, granted, it's not guaranteed, still speculation, but things are starting to look good for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So that's all for today's video. If you did enjoy it, push that like button. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.